see up on the screen in the background is the state EOC, the bottom corner. Hopefully we'll switch to the big screen here in a minute. The folks who are joining us, the folks who've been working here in the warehouse with us, I kind of give you a little bit of taste of what we've been doing. They've moved over 10 million boxes. These are not individual parcels, these are boxes. Each glove is 100 gloves. Start doing the math. These are the folks that are doing work. We want to take a second and let you come face to face with them. There's no way we can bring together the responders who have done what they've done. So we're going to ask Captain Brule and Jeff Lytle to introduce these folks to you, and so that we can share the gratitude for what you guys have been doing, both from here and from Carson City. So I'll let one of you take it.
I'll let Tam introduce their names, and then I'll talk about them, including Kat. So we'll let her start.
Okay. Just give you a little bit of a backstory. These are all my soldiers. We are part of an armored combat cavalry brigade out of Las Vegas. We operate the forward support company, so we do logistics for the entire squadron of 500 soldiers. Most of these guys were placed in this warehouse at the convention center, I want to say March-ish, when there were like 5 boxes of PPE. And now there's well over, 1,000 pallets of PPE in another wing of this building. They're bringing that in and pushing it out. The first one I have here is Sergeant Samantha Jovelanos, fantastic, one of my best leaders I have in the company. The rest are specialists, but soon to be Sergeant Richardson will be leading us shortly. But they're all part of like our distribution section, push ammo and food all day long. She's fantastic. She's been here for how long? Almost 6 years? April. Dylan Funk actually brought him from Reno. I work with his grandmother on the metro side. He's been here a little over a year, and then we have Lizette Rio, so she's one of our small arms repair, so she repairs all of our small weapons for us. But they've all been fantastic. They've been working 5 days a week, sometimes 12 hours a day, to push all this PPE out. Me and Joe Monos went to Reno for 6 weeks at one point to help Lenita in that warehouse. But thank you, Lenita, for having us, and thank you guys, because I don't think this operation would have been possible without you. So you guys have done a fantastic job.
So let me make sure you understand who they are and what they've done. So to help you better understand this, you guys have seen the movie The Blind Spot? Seen that movie? So that's all about that left tackle that protects that quarterback that can't see to that spot. So when you think of the quarterbacks that have the high dollar names that you always remember, right? You don't remember that left tackle, that person that truly helped them to be successful. Well, these guys are that left tackle. They are truly the blind spot for this state. They've done some amazing things. Even though maybe the state may not recognize their name, they have touched lives, right? That's what they've done at the end of the day, especially in the initial stages of this, where it was not gloves, it was not PPE, it was out there. They were able to get PPE out in the hands of people who truly needed it. And so what they've done is just not done on a mission, but they've given a great service, and people's lives have been touched by them. Let me make sure you understand who these people are. So Tam and Joe, she talked about them going up to the north to help to make sure that there was consistency from north to south. They went up there and they changed the entire way that they did business. And again, going up there with the skills, knowledge, and the ability to make things happen. Lenita talked about the bit of equipment that's gone out of the warehouse. These people can tell you exactly where the equipment is, where it's gone, how much has come in, and how much has gone out. So we have thousands of dollars of donated stuff as well. So MGM, all the stuff that MGM tracked or that they donated, these guys can tell you exactly when it came in and where it's gone to, what clinic it went to, which hospital it went to, from cradle to grave. So they challenge and validate to make sure that we do everything correctly too, so you do not lose a single glove. So they do a hard count every day to make sure there's a hard count. They do an Excel program to make sure that they have things tracked, and then we have an inflow system. They can tell you where every glove is that comes in. It can account for everything that is coming to this entire state. And as you look at these people are smart. Most of you know me that I'm a dog driver, right? And I don't be stuck on it. This doesn't take place in the state without these people. These people have the knowledge, skills, and are super, super smart. And it's because of them that we've been able to be successful, not because of me, but because of their intelligence. I would go to war with any one of these men and women. They are awesome. And I trust them, I respect them. And from the state and from us, we owe them a huge embrace and gratitude for what they've done, because they have truly been that tackle to give the state, again, not only that work, but great service. So when you look at each of them sacrificed to be here, and most of you that work with me know that we just don't work with anybody. It's 24/7, and everything to make this happen. So we have to do it, we have to stay. We offer our great gratitude for who you are, and we definitely appreciate you. We go to war and our people love you.
So we have a sound here from the chief of the Department of or Division of Emergency Management from the Department of Public Safety. On one side of the coin is the COVID molecule with a mask over top of it. It happens to be the same as that mask. On the other part is the three logos for the three agencies that have been part of Unified Command: the Division of Emergency Management, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the Nevada National Guard. We temporarily fell underneath the Nevada National Guard, and they've been absolutely amazing partners with us. So I'm going to present it to you COVID style. That's what we do. Grab behind you guys. Ready?
Yes, we're missing one. She's off today. She's also one of our truck drivers, Andrea Maria. She's actually going to school right now. Her and Lizette Rios are both going to nursing school, so good for them. They're getting there, doing fantastic work. And then we have another gentleman that's not here today. His name is Ricky Wade. He's recently in a motorcycle accident, and he's in critical condition, has been for about the last 10 days or so. Keep him in your prayers. I think they're transferring him to a critical care facility, and he was here from minute one also. Happened to get in an accident on 1 October, so I think we'll have something for him also. But those are the two that aren't here that have been here since day one. So these are the folks that you have supported, and we are grateful for everything that you have done, because like Jeff said, you may not have touched them directly, but you touched them indirectly, and you touched everybody in this room and every county, every truck nation. So what do you guys want to say to them?
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to let you guys go back to the back and go enjoy the coffee. Canada, please stand up. You want to join me? Yeah. So for those of you that don't know Chief John Steinbeck, he's the fire chief of the Clark County Fire Department. He wanted to come out and share his gratitude as well. Let's start with the Division of Emergency Management. Again, the least we can do is present you two with a challenge coin. We will make sure that you get signed certificates later on from the command staff. You're welcome. Yep.
I don't need a mic. I was born on a mic.
I think the folks on the video can't hear you though.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, thank you very much to the National Guard. Thank you every time we, throughout the years, every time we call the National Guard for assistance, whether it's on New Year's, whether it's, for support for Seaburn, or whether it's mobilizing and you're always there. You come through and exceed expectations. So our absolute gratitude to you for that. I want to take a moment when you gave me this opportunity to recognize the leader that's to the left of me right here. He's been a fantastic friend of mine and also a mentor. There's not enough words to describe it, but Jeff, no matter how many times you try to retire, we always come up with a better plan than you to get you back. So it doesn't matter. Your credibility throughout the state is very well known. Your ability to bring order to chaos, your leadership, it doesn't just come from the qualities that you have, but it's from the credibility that you've built well over 30 years now, that is respected throughout. And so that is why, whether it's with the Nevada Task Force 1, whether it's been with the fire departments over the years, or it's a special assignment like this, Jeff Lytle is not an expert on PPE or warehouse. Jeff Lytle is an expert on leadership. And so that is why he's called in to take care of any problem that may present itself. And certainly whenever we become overwhelmed, like I did on 1 October, it was one of my very first calls. Again, tried to retire. Hey, I need you back in the EOC. And he's running down there before I can get off the phone. So from a personal standpoint, you know how I feel about you. But on behalf of Clark County, I'd like to go ahead and also present you with the certificate of appreciation.
Colonel Thompson, are you on the line? So Lieutenant Colonel Greg Thompson. Yes, I can hear you. I'm going to put the microphone up and hope there's no feedback. Go ahead.
All right. Too loud? Too quiet?
Can you guys hear that? Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
All right. Hey, so I wanted to just take a quick second here and thank these guys. I don't get down to Vegas nearly enough. I'm scared of COVID and I don't want to get on an airplane. But long story short, what these guys have done in that warehouse is nothing short of astronomical. We started this pandemic with our pants down around our ankles and barely got through the very beginning phases of this. Where these guys have gone, where we now have over $100 million worth of PPE either in the state or en route to the state, of which about 70 million worth of that is in that warehouse that these guys manage. With that small team is nothing short of just historical. And by historical, I really do mean that. Like, you think the last pandemic we had was back in 1918 to 20. And really, short of World War II, this is probably the challenge of our 100 years. And so what they have done and what they have prepared us for is nothing short of historical. I hope that the next several months turn out to be a huge fizzle and we don't use any of the stuff that they have stockpiled and we have to sell it all. That's what I hope. I fear that is not the case and they will spend the next several months or at least working their backsides off trying to get that stuff out of there. So however it plays itself out, I cannot say thank you enough for the things that you have done. Chief Lydell, you are a astronomical individual, and the things and the leadership that you have provided coming back from retirement to lead this team, I just cannot thank you enough. I know that if I was you, it would be very hard to give up all my hunting to come back and do this. So for that, I thank you very much. You are also probably the greatest challenge for these individuals to deal with. But you are very much military, and I think that they love that about you, and we love that about you. So for all of you guys' efforts, I thank you very much on behalf of the TAG of Nevada, General Barry, and Colonel Week, the commander of Joint Task Force Battleborn. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for what you will do in the future, and we sincerely appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Colonel. So the way I got Jeff is I was venting on my friend Jason Ritz one day and said, hey, we're out of strategic national stockpile stuff. I need somebody that I can trust that can handle all the stuff that we're about to throw their way. Trust from a liability standpoint, trust from a distribution standpoint. I need somebody to trust. And he said, call Dina DeLesio. So Many of you know Dina, she's a deputy chief for Las Vegas Fire, and said, I need somebody. I've only been here 5 minutes. I don't know most of these personalities. I need somebody. And she immediately said, that's your guy. And so I had to beg, borrow, and steal to talk him out of retirement. I said, hey, Jeff, just so you know, we got about 5 pieces of PPE in the warehouse right now. But don't worry, it's coming. And it goes back to what you guys are talking about right now. The bad stuff happens. The resources sometimes take a while to catch up, right? So we went from 5 pieces of PPE, and he called me about 3 days later, and he said, hey, look, I don't want to waste your money, but there's no reason that you guys should have me here. And I said, remember what I told you, just wait. So they're now taking up 125,000 square feet of this facility. If you guys are interested, we'll take you down there and let you see what it looks like. You cannot take any samples with you, but we're happy to let you look at it. We're saving it for that really rainy day. But as all of these folks have said, it is an absolute honor and privilege to be able to work with you, Jeff. Not only to work with you professionally, but to call you my friend. It doesn't matter what time I've called you. You have always been the happy, bright, shiny face on the other end of the line when I wasn't so much. So thank you for your continued leadership in doing what you do on behalf of the state. I absolutely admire your 30-plus year career in fire, but I can tell you what you did then pales in comparison to what you've done now and the number of lives that you've touched, especially the folks who are in this room and around the state and across the country. So thank you for what you've both done. He kept bragging on me about Tana. Tana, wait till you meet Tana, blah. And then I met her and went, oh my God, who is this woman? So thank you for what you have both done. Chief Steinbeck, thank you for coming out and participating in this. We look forward to working with you guys. As Colonel Constance said, we really hope we don't have work for you. But if we do, we have no doubt that you guys are there to back us up. So thank you for that.